got super tired right around like 1 o'clock. Everything just kind of slammed me with need for sleep. So I managed to make it to about 2 o'clock and then decided I was going to attempt an hour nap here on the couch and then keep going, but no. Seeing as I'd already done like a full day of just like regular whatever and then tried to start the readathon, it just wasn't gonna happen. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it through 24 hours on just like an hour nap or whatever. So I just went to bed properly and got up a little bit ago. It's now about 10:30 and just had breakfast and everything, and rather than like starting from scratch and just kind of excluding the fact that I slept, I'm just gonna keep going and just see how far I can get before the end of the night tonight. And hopefully take breaks here and there briefly to get a few other things done. Try and do some laundry. Hopefully work around editing later and digitizing some of the VHS tapes I got for Christmas. And just generally trying to do a few other things here and there as well. But from what I did end up doing last night, which was about an hour and a half of reading roughly, I did take a little bit of break, so like 12:30, I didn't get reading till like probably 12:45 properly, so 45, maybe like a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes-ish. I got about 58 pages further in Escaping from Houdini there. So now I am on page 97. I made it like 2 pages into chapter 9 before I was like, nope, I can't stay awake any longer. So hopefully we'll at least finish this book today. If I can at least do that much, I'll be happy with myself. Because this book alone is like, let's see, 431 pages, so we'll see how it goes, and yeah, check in later.
It is almost 3:15 and I'm on like page 247 of Escaping from Houdini, so I'm like halfway through-ish, but I'm having a devil of a time trying to stay awake, being so like solitary, sitting there, even though I've been taking like 15-minute breaks and then reading for an hour and then taking a break to do some of the chores and stuff. Like right now I've got the dishes running and I'm finishing up the load of laundry for the donations. So in order to keep myself awake, what am I gonna do? I feel like running and going to the bookshop, so I'm gonna like tidy up this mess a little bit, and then go from there. But in order to have some goals for what I'm going to be shopping for, or at least looking around for, and I'm going to get a few choices from my reading owl for what I'm going to look for at the start. So I figured I would choose 3 to look for. Matilda is one we can look for, yes. Okay, so Matilda will be the first one. Might as well like actually show it. So you have Matilda first. They both die at the end. I feel like they haven't had it. I have 1. We can get 2 more. It's not that, shouldn't be that hard. Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I should be able to try and get that one. I think I may have seen it there before. I know I'm not showing these. I'm barely bad at this. So,
Diary of a Young Girl. The Sun is also a Star. Maybe we'll have that. Chuck Everlasting. I don't know if I've looked for that one before. I think I have though. Silver Linings Playbook, I know that one's there. Proper copy of Little Women. That's one I want to look for. Okay, that'll be my 3 choices. So, here we go. So I'm looking for Matilda, Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl, and Little Women today, potentially, though more than likely I won't get Little Women there, actually. Unless they have, like, the pretty puffin copy, so maybe actually still look for another one. Awesome, and that should work. Okay. So, in case they don't have the collectible, lovely version of Little Women, Awesome Man is going to be the last choice there, and just kind of going through, and this is an extra Matilda I'm gonna toss off there. You don't need to. Okay. So I have my choices of my books that I'm gonna go looking for. I'm gonna fix myself up slightly and go explore and wake myself up because this day is getting super slow and making me way too sleepy to get there. Alrighty. I just got home from book scavenging, and overall things were a success. The only book I didn't manage to find was the Little Women Puffin collectible version. They had the box set, which has Anne of Green Gables, Heidi, and I forget what the last one is, which is probably terrible. I don't want to sneeze. So I had the box set, but didn't have just Little Women, which was the one I was trying to go for, because the box set is like $60 and Little Women alone is just like $10. So anyway, I ended up going between Gottwal's and Barnes & Noble to check for both things, and Barnes & Noble was the one that was having the box set, but not just the one individual book. Though it did have plenty of other editions of just Little Women, it just isn't the one I was looking for. Anyway, I did get everything else, as well as a couple of extra finds that I wasn't initially looking out for, but it's all good. So first off, we have Matilda by Roald Dahl, which I found at Gottwal's. And then whilst I was going to the other end of the store, I took a quick peek through their biographies, and they happen to have A Funny Thing That Happened on the Way to the Future by Michael J. Fox, which is another one that was on my wish list. And then I ended up finding Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. And last but not least, oh my god, I got Austenland by Shannon Hale, which is one of my favorite movies that is just so cheesy and great and fabulous, and I absolutely loved watching it that I had to watch it again with Lisa when we came across it initially, and there should be an Austenland for Harry Potter. I'm sorry, but it should be a thing. Anyway, so those are all the books I got from Gottwal's. And then while I was at Barnes & Noble looking through for Little Women, I decided to go ahead and get my January buy out of the way. Since I did get the membership, I figure if I at least buy one book once a month or so, it'll be enough to make up for having the membership with the discounts and everything. Since I don't plan on spending all of my money there because it's still kind of pricey. But I did end up getting a couple of clearance sale books there today. So I got one of the books that kept popping up a couple of times while I was drawing names actually is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which isn't at Gottwal's, but they did have it at Barnes & Noble, and it was $10, and I got 30% off. And then I happened to stumble across a giant aisle of 50% off books and found one I had really looked into initially the first time I went over to the Barnes & Noble here. And they had it for 50% off. So it was about $8 in the end, roughly. And this is Save the Date by Morgan Matson, which is actually a Barnes & Noble exclusive and signed for first edition. And I actually was looking at this exact edition when I initially went into Barnes & Noble and was interested in getting it. So to find that it was still there and on sale, I figured, okay, we'll get it. So yeah, I wound up with about 7 books. It's a problem. But anyway, now I'm going to try and get back to actually reading and doing things. Ed should be home before too much longer. He just messaged me saying he was on his way home from work, and he's about 45 minutes to an hour away-ish, maybe. Erring on the shorter side. So, yeah. Need to find a place to put these because I don't know if I mentioned that when we went to IKEA to pick up the 5th bookshelf after the family Christmas on the 30th, they were just completely out of stock. So we're only at 4 bookshelves still between those two and those two. And already all of my recent purchase and gift books are in a stack. So I have to figure out where I'm going to put these. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. It'll be taken care of.
You guys got, I don't know where the heck you get them from. Well, pretty much my kids do. like your Alex, baby? Huh? You know, you really like to hold him better than that. I know he holds onto your hair tightly, but it makes me nervous. You should have seen him earlier. Look at me. Just get him to walk.